Recession has struck some of the world's top economies. Japan has lost its spot as the world's third largest economy to Germany. The United Kingdom has also slipped into a recession just months before election, derailing Prime Minister Rishi Sunak's pledge to generate economic growth. Hi, I'm Meghna Chadha from Economic Times, and here's everything you need to know about the recession in Japan and the UK. So basically, what is a recession? A recession is defined as 2 consecutive quarters of economic contraction, and this is exactly what is happening in the UK and Japan. Japan's gross domestic product or GDP contracted by a worse than expected 0.4% in the last 3 months of 2023 compared to a year earlier. The Asian giant's economy shrank by 3.3% in the previous quarter. Now, economists had expected the new data to show that the GDP grew by more than 1% in the fourth quarter of last year. A slowdown in spending by businesses and consumers grappling with a 4-decade high inflation, a weak yen, and climbing food prices are the key reasons behind this recession. Now, GDP is a key measure of economic activity of companies, the government, the public sectors, and the individuals in a country. The government can use growing GDP as evidence that it is doing a good job of managing the economy. Likewise, if the GDP falls, the opposition can suggest that the government is running the nation incompetently. If GDP is going up steadily, that indicates that people are paying more in taxes because they are earning and spending more. The weaker than expected GDP data will result in Bank of Japan's case to conduct its first rate hike since 2007. Now, most economists anyway predicted the central bank will do this by April if not March. For 2023, Japan's nominal GDP grew 5.7% at $4.2 trillion. Germany, on the other hand, saw its nominal GDP grow 6.3% to reach $4.46 trillion. Now, Japan could also lose its hold on the number 4 spot in the coming years. This is because its shrinking population will struggle to keep up with the growth of India. India is expected to overtake Germany and Japan as the world's third largest economy this decade, according to analysis from IMF, S&P Global, and World Economic Forum. India is currently the 5th largest economy in the world. But Japan is not the only one facing economic pressure. The UK economy is also technically in a recession after it contracted by 0.3% in the final 3 months of 2023. Now, this is another setback for the British Prime Minister, who claimed to be growing the economy in the run-up to the general election. The official data brings to an end a miserable year for the UK. The last time the UK was in recession was in 2022 during the pandemic. Growth in 2023 was just 0.1%. That's the worst performance since 2019, when the economy was still reeling from the global financial crisis, if 2020 data is excluded. A decline in services, production, and construction output contributed to this fall, while the drop in volume of net trade, household spending, and government consumption also added to the pressure. Now, what this data means is that Britain has joined Japan among the G7 economies that are facing recession. Although this recession is likely to be short-lived and shallow by historical standards, it could still increase the pressure on the Bank of England to cut interest rates from a 16-year high. That's all in this video. Thank you for watching.